On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Federal.
Relating to a central government or national authority, refers to government policies, laws, or programs that are implemented at a national level rather than a state or local level.
Examples:
Federal regulations, federal funding. The federal government announced new regulations to protect the environment.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples:
Government bureaucracy, government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Median.
The value separating the higher half from the lower half of a set of values arranged in order of size.
Examples:
Median age at diagnosis. A median strip. Median annual income fell last year in this country.
Wealth.
A large amount of money, property, or other things that someone or an organization owns.
Examples:
Majority of his wealth. Material wealth. The wealth inequality was unavoidable.
Statistics.
The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
Statistics for cancer. Official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Slavery.
The practice or system of owning, buying, and selling people as property and forcing them to work.
Examples:
Slavery labor. Institution of slavery. The abolition of slavery in the United States was a major achievement in the fight for human rights.
Asset.
Something or someone that is useful or valuable quality, skill, etc., valuable property.
Examples:
Frozen assets. Liquid assets of the company. A sense of humor is an invaluable asset in this job.
Minus.
Subtracting or taking away, having a value less than zero.
Examples:
Minus sign. Minus temperature. The recipe calls for 4 cups of flour minus 1 tablespoon.
Liability.
A legal or financial responsibility or obligation.
Examples:
Liability insurance. Liability for military service. The company is facing a potential liability of millions of dollars due to the lawsuit.
Invest.
To put money, effort, time, etc. into something to make a profit or achieve a result.
Examples:
Invest in stocks. Invest capital. The government should view children as national assets and actively invest in them.
Gap.
A conspicuous disparity or difference separates something such as a figure, people, their opinions, situation, etc.
Examples:
The gap between ideal and reality. Distance gap. Many people are working together to close the gender gap.
Midst.
The middle part of people or things.
Examples:
In the midst of the crowd. In the midst of a scandal. He remained serene in the midst of turbulence.
Pandemic.
An outbreak of a disease that affects many people over a very wide area.
Examples:
Flu pandemic. Global pandemic. They fear a pandemic of a new type of virus.
Loom.
To appear or take shape as a large, especially in a frightening way.
Examples:
Loom over the global economy. Loom on the horizon. The issue of divorce loomed large in his mind.
Recession.
A period of economic decline, typically lasting for 6 months or more, during which trade and industrial activity decrease, and unemployment increases.
Examples:
Recession period. Recover from a recession. The country is facing a recession, with high unemployment and low GDP.
Inequity.
A lack of fairness or justice, an unfair or unequal situation or practice.
Examples:
Inequity in education. Market inequity. There's an inequity in the criminal justice system that needs to be addressed.
Criminal.
A person who has committed a crime.
Examples:
Wanted criminal. Criminal investigation. The police are searching for the criminal who stole the jewels.
Finance.
The management of money, credit, banking, and investments, especially by a government or commercial organization, the branch of economics that studies the management of money and other assets.
Examples:
Finance Act. Manage my finances. Our company decided to hire an advisor who specializes in finance.
Corporate.
Of or relating to a large company.
Examples:
Corporate right. Corporate environment. The corporate office has decided to lay off 10% of the workforce.
Boardroom.
A room where the board of directors of a company or organization meets.
Examples:
Boardroom meeting. Boardroom decision. The corporate boardroom was filled with tense silence as the CEO presented the new plan.
Consultant.
A person who provides professional or expert advice.
Examples:
Consultant firm. Chief consultant. We hired a management consultant to help us improve our business strategy.
Conversation.
An informal talk between two or more people to exchange their views, ideas, information, etc.
Examples:
Conversation in English. A friendly conversation. Your conversation reflects your thoughts.
Progression.
The act or process of changing to the next stage or phase or moving forward.
Examples:
Progression of civilization. Progression of disease. The company has made great strides in its progression towards sustainability.
Institutionalize.
To establish or make something a part of an institution, equals a place such as a university, hospital, etc.
Examples:
Institutionalize a system. Institutionalize customary laws. The new policy aims to institutionalize the use of renewable energy sources.
Hedge.
A fence formed by a line of bushes or shrubs. Verb, limit or avoid something such as duties, issues, and questions by conditions or exceptions.
Examples:
Snip at a hedge. Hedge fund firm. The best way to hedge financial risks is to diversify your portfolio.
Descendant.
Children or offspring of a specific person, plant, or animal.
Examples:
Descendant of a pioneer. Third generation descendant. Those warriors' descendants are still skilled archers.
Slave.
A person who is either legally or illegally owned by someone, a person entirely dominated by some influence or a person.
Examples:
A slave of drink. A slave trader. You should work hard but not be a slave to it.
Policy.
A set of rules, guidelines, principles, or procedures that govern decision-making or action, often used in the context of business or government. A course of action or plan of action adopted or followed by an organization or individual to achieve a goal or objective.
Examples:
Health policy. Foreign policy. The company's new policy on remote work has made it a more inclusive workplace.
Intersect.
To meet or cross one another.
Examples:
Intersect at a point. Railways intersect the country. Her multidisciplinary works intersect music and picture with writing.
Quarry.
A place where a stone or other materials are extracted from the ground, an animal or a person that is the target of hunting.
Examples:
quarry operation, quarry site. The hunter tracked down his quarry in the woods.
Property.
A thing or things that belong to someone.
Examples:
A man of property. Chemical property. He stood to inherit $1 million property.
Labor.
Productive work, especially physical work done for wages, the people who do manual or physical work in a country or company for wage. Verb, to work hard or to strive and make an effort to reach a goal.
Examples:
Seasonal labor. Manual labor. In several countries, child labor is a serious social problem.
Servant.
A person who performs duties for others, especially a person employed in a house on domestic duties or as a personal attendant.
Examples:
Servant of God. Fellow servant. The faithful servant had been working for the family for many years and was well trusted.
Confederate.
A person who is allied or associated with another person or group, especially in a political or military context, a supporter of the Confederate States of America.
Examples:
Confederate soldier. Confederate government. The two countries are Confederates and have a strong alliance.
Enslave.
To make someone a slave, to deprive someone of their freedom of choice or action.
Examples:
Enslave poor peasants. Enslave indigenous people. Her beauty enslaved me completely.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Settlement.
An official agreement that brings an argument to a close, the process of establishing permanent residence in a place.
Examples:
The settlement of a dispute. Settlement in a new house. Our goal must be to achieve a peaceful settlement.
Advocate.
A person who supports or suggests an idea, development, or way of doing something.
Examples:
An advocate of disarmament. Public education advocates. Advocates of abolishing the death penalty often argue that the alternative heaviest sentence should be life in prison.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Essentially.
Relating to the essential features or concepts of anything.
Examples:
Essentially correct. Become essentially same. Essentially, a society is an organism.
Sharecropper.
A farmer who cultivates a piece of land owned by someone else, usually in exchange for a share of the crops produced.
Examples:
Sharecropper system. Sharecropper labor. Many sharecroppers in the South were impoverished and trapped in a cycle of debt.
Draft.
A preliminary version of something that is not yet in its final form.
Examples:
A working draft. Write the first draft. During debates in the legislature, the draft of the law caused a lot of controversies.
Segregate.
To separate or set apart from others, often based on race, gender, or some other characteristic.
Examples:
Segregate by race. Segregate boys and girls. The school board decided to segregate students by the ability to meet their needs better.
Sentimental.
Connected with or resulting from someone's emotions, rather than reason or realism.
Examples:
In a sentimental mood. Sentimental damage. Stop being sentimental and always speak the truth.
Economy.
The system by which a country or region produces, manages, and distributes goods and services, including the money and finances involved in these activities, of an airline, the lowest priced, most basic option for seating in commercial travel.
Examples:
Economy of scale. Economy class. The economy of the country is struggling due to the recent political instability.
Compress.
To press or squeeze together to make something take up less space.
Examples:
Compress the chest. Compress gas. She compressed the files into a single zip archive to save space on her computer.
Stressor.
Something that causes stress or emotional tension.
Examples:
Stressor event. Stressor management. The deadline for the project was a major stressor for the team.
Acquire.
To buy or obtain something such as an asset, object, knowledge, etc., for oneself.
Examples:
Acquire knowledge. Acquire a new company. Children acquire language at a fantastic rate.
Creditor.
A person, company, etc., to whom a debtor owes money.
Examples:
The creditor's claims. Bankrupt creditor. I asked the lawyer to initiate creditor negotiations for voluntary liquidation.
Veteran.
A person who has had long experience in a particular area or activity.
Examples:
A 20-year veteran in the industry. Veteran teacher. The veteran soldiers have the role of teaching recruits the stringencies of training.
Mortgage.
A loan secured by the collateral of a specific property, such as a house, that is repaid over a set period of time with interest, the legal agreement governing this loan.
Examples:
Mortgage payment. Fixed rate mortgage. They were able to purchase their dream home with a mortgage from the bank.
Largely.
Virtually entirely, to a large degree.
Examples:
Largely accepted. Largely mitigate the issue. Nevada is largely a desert state.
Highlight.
To make something prominent, mainly so that people give it more attention.
Examples:
Highlight a string in red. Highlight an important difference. The introduction highlighted the speaker's distinguished career as a consultant.
Fantastic.
Extremely good, excellent.
Examples:
A fantastic dress. Absolutely fantastic event. The new amusement park ride was fantastic, with twists, turns, and drops that left riders screaming with excitement.
Ownership.
The state or fact of possessing, controlling, or having the right to something, the legal and moral right to use or dispose of something as one chooses.
Examples:
Property ownership. Share ownership. The company's ownership has changed hands several times in the past few years.
Equity.
The value of the shares issued by a company.
Examples:
Private equity firm. Equity capital market. That company is cautious when it comes to equity investment.
Skip.
To move along lightly and quickly, making a step from one foot to the other with a hop or bounce, to intentionally fail, to do something which would normally do.
Examples:
Skip across the country. Skip breakfast. We skipped the topic because it was too complicated.
Redline.
A boundary or threshold beyond which something is no longer acceptable or allowed. A mark or line drawn in red to indicate a specific limit or danger zone.
Examples:
Red line speed. Red line level. The neighborhood was affected by a red line drawn by real estate agents to keep specific populations out.
Discriminate.
To treat a person or particular group of people worse or better than another, especially in an unfair way, to recognize or perceive the difference between people or things.
Examples:
Discriminate against women employees. Discriminate between different things. You should not discriminate against minorities.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
communal swimming pool, communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Crisis.
A time of great disagreement, confusion, or danger when problems must be resolved or critical decisions must be taken.
Examples:
financial crisis, crisis management. The Chinese word for crisis comprises two characters, one for danger and the other for opportunity.
Crush.
To press it firmly, usually with your hands or a tool, so that it becomes flat or smaller.
Examples:
crush coffee beans, crush a revolt. The car was completely crushed in the accident.
Subprime.
Of or relating to financial loans, particularly mortgages, which are made to individuals with poor credit histories or limited income, often associated with higher interest rates and a greater risk of default.
Examples:
subprime lending, subprime market. The subprime mortgage crisis of 2008 led to a global economic downturn.
Strip.
To remove the surface from something. Noun, a sizable narrow piece of something such as paper, metal, cloth, etc., or area of land, sea, etc.
Examples:
strip a tire off, coast strip. The doctor advised him to strip down for a check.
Critic.
Someone who expresses opinions about the quality of books, music, etc.
Examples:
art critic, severe critic. Advocates for legal reform hear less harsh words from their critics.
Thrive.
To grow vigorously, to make steady progress.
Examples:
thrive in a society, thrive on pressure. Without investment, a business cannot thrive.
Contribute.
To give something, especially money or goods, to provide or achieve something together with other people.
Examples:
contribute a large sum of money to the fund. Contribute to society. Government workers cannot contribute to political campaigns.
Underbanked.
Not having enough access or connection to mainstream banking services or financial institutions.
Examples:
underbanked community, underbanked customers. The underbanked population is often forced to rely on alternative financial services such as payday loans and check cashing.
Unbanked.
Not having a bank account or access to any financial services.
Examples:
Unbanked customers. Those who are unbanked. 2.5 billion people in the world remain unbanked.
Alternative:
One of two or more available possibilities or choice.
Examples:
An alternative plan. There is no other alternative. Doctors are gradually coming around to the idea of using alternative medicines.
Payday:
The day on which an employee receives wages or a salary for work performed, a specific time period, usually 2 weeks or a month, during which wages or salaries are earned and paid out.
Examples:
Payday loan. Payday check. I look forward to payday every 2 weeks.
Transaction:
An instance of buying or selling something, the act or process of doing something.
Examples:
Card with no foreign transaction fees. Transaction balance. Electronic transactions remain incomplete due to system errors.
Perspective:
A certain attitude towards something, a particular style of thinking about something.
Examples:
A perspective view. Perspective of the battle. His father's death changed his whole perspective on life.
Fee:
A sum of money charged for a particular service.
Examples:
Fee calculation. Service fee. The lawyer's fee for the case was $10,000.
Commit:
To do something illegal or wrong.
Examples:
Commit suicide. Commit mistakes. The military has committed an abuse of human rights.
Utility:
The state or quality of being useful or convenient, the service, such as electric power or water or transportation, provided by a public.
Examples:
Utility costs. Marginal utility. The utility of the device was immediately apparent to all who saw it.
Advance:
To go or move forward, to develop in a positive way.
Examples:
Advance the technology. Advance a cooperative relationship. Scientific knowledge will advance significantly with the power of AI.
Automatic:
Able to work or operate with little or no direct human control, independent of external control.
Examples:
Automatic operation. The automatic shrinking of the pupils. In passenger aircraft, it is common to use an automatic pilot during cruising.
Physically:
In a way related to a person's body or appearance rather than their mind.
Examples:
Physically and mentally. Stay physically fit. Having a physically healthy physique is essential for a great life.
Maintain.
To continue to uphold or sustain, to keep in a particular state or condition, to assert or declare something to be true.
Examples:
Maintain order. Maintain good health. I need to maintain my car regularly to prevent any major mechanical issues.
Specifically.
Only associated with or meant for one thing.
Examples:
Designed specifically for men. For specifically American customers. This ad campaign is aimed specifically at young women.
Awareness.
The fact or state of knowing something exists and is important.
Examples:
Awareness of my ignorance. Raise public awareness. There has been a gradual but steady rise in environmental awareness.
Invisible.
Impossible or nearly impossible to see.
Examples:
An invisible asset. Invisible stars. The phenomenon is invisible at optical wavelengths.
Creditworthy.
Of or relating to a person or entity that has a strong credit history and is therefore seen as likely to repay any loans or debts they may incur, typically associated with lower interest rates and more favorable loan terms.
Examples:
Creditworthy borrower. Creditworthy business. The bank only lends money to creditworthy individuals with a proven financial responsibility track record.
Assess.
To judge or decide the nature or quality of someone or something.
Examples:
Assess a tax of £10. Assess the quality. Our company needs to assess the business impact of climate change.
Consistent.
Always behaving or happening in the same way, or having the same thoughts, standards, etc.
Examples:
Do on a consistent basis. Get consistent results. You are not consistent in your behavior.
Innovate.
To introduce new methods, ideas, or products.
Examples:
Innovate a new method. Innovate the quality of his life. Companies developing self-driving cars consistently innovate the emerging technologies.
Cable.
A set of wires covered by plastic or rubber that carries electricity, phone signals, etc. A solid thick rope made of twisted hemp or steel wire.
Examples:
Cable television. Coaxial cable. This system uses submarine cables to exchange information between continents.
Addition.
The act or process of adding something to something else, the process of adding numbers.
Examples:
Chemical addition. Addition of vectors. In addition, private corporations provide healthcare services.
Regulatory.
Having the power to control or restrict something such as business or industry according to rules or principles.
Examples:
regulatory cells, compliance with regulatory requirements. In the past, Japanese banks were protected by regulatory control.
Regulator.
A person or thing that controls or balances something. A person or an organization that is responsible for control and supervision of a particular activity or area of public interest.
Examples:
regulator body, a speed regulator. The financial industry regulator was responsible for ensuring that companies followed the laws.
Margin.
The space around the edge of a page or document. Finance, the net sales minus the cost of goods and services sold.
Examples:
margin error, a profit margin. Unfortunately, the book's margin was too small to make notes.
Industrious.
Hardworking, diligent, and persistent in effort.
Examples:
industrious worker, industrious student. He was known to be very industrious and would often work late into the night.
Innovation.
The creation of a new device or process resulting from study and experimentation.
Examples:
innovation leader, cutting-edge innovation. The vegetarian burger was an innovation that quickly spread to the United Kingdom.
Sandbox.
An outdoor play area for children consisting of a box filled with sand, a virtual testing environment used for software development or security testing.
Examples:
sandbox approach, virtual sandbox. The children played in the sandbox for hours, building sandcastles and digging tunnels.
Expand.
To increase or to make something greater in size, number, or importance.
Examples:
expand a lineup, expand agricultural output. They hope to expand their business worldwide.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
a private individual, individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Suffer.
To experience pain, distress, or hardship, to undergo or endure something painful or unpleasant.
Examples:
suffer a setback, suffer bad grades. The older man suffers from arthritis and finds it difficult to move around.
Severely.
Very badly or seriously.
Examples:
Severely burned arm. Criticize him severely. Her company was severely affected by the bank's failure.
Boom.
A sudden increase in economic activity, or a sudden happening that brings good fortune, a deep, loud, and prolonged sound.
Examples:
Boom in sales. A sonic boom. The high-technology industry is enjoying a boom.
Partnership.
The state of a cooperative relationship between people or groups, especially in business.
Examples:
Partnership across the Atlantic. Establish a partnership. The military partnership between the two countries created tension in the international community.
Philanthropy.
The practice of voluntarily helping the poor, especially by giving money.
Examples:
Philanthropy organization. Private philanthropy. Tech billionaires often spend the majority of their time on philanthropy.
Historic.
Famous or significant in history, or potentially so.
Examples:
Historic accomplishment. Achieve the historic feat. The Chinese people have accomplished several historic feats.
Disinvestment.
The act of reducing or withdrawing the amount of money you have provided in a particular area or sector.
Examples:
Disinvestment strategy. Disinvestment plan. The company's decision to engage in disinvestment led to a reduction in its overall portfolio.
Stability.
The quality or attribute of being firm and steadfast.
Examples:
Stability pact. Fiscal stability pact. The policy should increase the country's monetary stability.
Technological.
Based on scientific and industrial progress.
Examples:
Technological advancement. Technological policy. Technological advances have disrupted many industries.
Proprietorship.
A form of business ownership in which a single individual or entity is the sole owner and has full control and responsibility over the business's operations and financial affairs.
Examples:
Proprietorship agreement. Small business proprietorship. The family business was run as a proprietorship until the children inherited and decided to incorporate it.
Employee.
A person who is hired to work for a business or organization in exchange for wages or salary, a worker.
Examples:
Employee benefits. Employee evaluation. The employee handbook outlines the rules and regulations that all employees must follow.
Venture.
A business project or activity that is risky or daring.
Examples:
Venture capital. A joint venture. The venture into the new market was risky, but it paid off. Entrepreneur. An individual who creates or invests in one or more businesses, especially when this involves taking financial risks.
Examples:
A successful entrepreneur. Billionaire entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs willingly accept business risks to achieve success.
Perpetuate.
To make something continue or prevail for a long time.
Examples:
Perpetuate a myth. Perpetuate chronic pain. That work perpetuates his fame.
Construct.
To build or create something, to assemble or combine different parts to form something whole.
Examples:
Construct a 3D image. Construct a dam. He constructs hypotheses that no mathematician has ever imagined before.